Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. As John mentioned, my name is Wendy Leedy. I am the Member Engagement Specialist for ARIN, and I am pleased to be here with you today. Part of what will take place over the next several minutes is I'm going to quickly walk you through how ARIN's elections take place. But before I begin, though, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge ARIN's members and to thank each and every one of you for being a part of our process and our community, especially during election season. I would also like to thank those who have volunteered and those in our community who regularly participate, and a special thank you to the 2019 Nomination Committee. Now, let's get talking about ARIN elections. Each October, eligible general members in good standing have the opportunity to vote in ARIN elections. Beginning today at 3 p.m. Central, which you will see on a slide here in a moment, it says 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the ARIN elections will open to all eligible ARIN member organizations' designated voting contacts, who on behalf of their organization will cast an online ballot to elect representatives to ARIN's Board of Trustees, Advisory Council, and a representative to the NRO Number Council. Now I'm going to highlight key voting details. To be eligible to participate in this year's elections, an organization must be a general member in good standing. This includes no outstanding invoices, and as of this year's voter eligibility deadline, which was September the 16th, an organization must also have designated an individual as a voting contact who has an ARIN online account. This year, 4,769 eligible voting contacts representing over 5,160 ARIN organizations will have an opportunity to elect 2 members to the ARIN Board of Trustees, 5 representatives to the ARIN Advisory Council, and 1 candidate to the NRO Number Council. As I mentioned a minute ago, voting will open at 3 p.m. Central, which is also 4 p.m. Eastern Time, on today, Thursday, October the 31st. Voting will close promptly at 6 p.m. Eastern Time next Friday, November the 8th. Voting details. You will have the opportunity to vote from the convenience of your office or home computer and on your mobile device. As you will see, the steps necessary for casting your organization's online ballot are quite simple. There are 4 simple and quick steps that you need to take. First, visit www.arin.net. Then you will want to log into your ARIN online computer, and then you will click if you are an eligible designated voting contact prior to the September 16th deadline. You will click on the Vote Now link that appears on your dashboard, and then you will cast your ballot. In just a moment, I will actually show you what the screens look like. I also want to take just a moment to talk about key election dates. Beginning in July 15th specifically, through August the 22nd, we had our call for nominations. The call for ARIN Board of Trustees nominations was extended and reopened August the 30th and then concluded on September the 4th. The deadline, again, to establish voter eligibility was September the 16th. Our initial slate of candidates was announced in addition to a call for petition and the statements of support opening on September the 23rd. The intent to petition deadline was September the 30th. As of this year, we did not have anyone who expressed an interest in petitioning. And so the final slate of candidates was announced on October the 9th. We technically had until the 21st of October, but due to the lack of petitioners this year, we were able to release the final slate earlier. The NRO Number Council election opened for NANOG and ARIN meeting representatives this Monday on October the 28th. If you are a meeting attendee and not necessarily an eligible voting contact, you should have received an email with a unique link to cast your ballot. You still have time to do so, and the voting for that particular election will close at 6 p.m. on Friday, November the 8th. Voting for eligible ARIN voting contacts, again, opens this afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time, and elected representatives will be announced the week of November the 11th. As I mentioned, it's quite easy to cast your ballot. Step one, you're just going to go online to ARIN's homepage. In the upper right-hand side, there is a login key. Make sure you click on that. It will then take you to your ARIN online registration page where you will enter your username and password. From there, again, if you are a designated eligible voting contact, you will see at the top of your dashboard the message that says cast your ballot, that the elections are open, and you will want to click on the Vote Now button. At that point, once you do so, it will take you into our elections software. You will see a transparency agreement. You should click the I agree in order to participate in the elections. If for any reason you click I disagree, then you will unfortunately be ineligible to participate in this year's elections. But please take a few minutes to read the transparency agreement to ensure that you are in compliance with what is being stated. The voting process. So just a tip, a voting contact for only one eligible ARIN member organization will see a vote number or a vote weight of 1. That is typical for the majority of our eligible voting contacts. A voting contact for more than one eligible ARIN member organization will have a vote weight or a vote number greater than 1. On the screen that you see here with the arrow, reduce your vote weight is optional. Again, if you only have a vote weight of 1, that will not change. You will want to go ahead and select your candidates and submit your vote. Vote weight options. For vote weight options greater than 1, again, you can leave your vote weight or vote number as is if you wish to cast the same ballot in the same election multiple times. Otherwise, if you change your vote weight, it will afford you the opportunity and take you back to the ballot where you can change the number and cast the same ballot or multiple ballots based on what your preference is. And this is talking a little bit about vote weights greater than 1. Again, change that number and submit your votes. Again, if you change it and you still have votes left, it's going to turn around and take you back to the election that you're currently in, whether it's Board of Trustees, the Advisory Council, and you can change your votes and then recast your ballots. For the voting process, as I mentioned, just pay special attention if you have a vote weight greater or vote number greater than 1. Make sure you select your candidates and then click the Submit Vote. From there, once you do so, our election software is set up that you will need to confirm your selection. So please take a few minutes to make sure that the candidates that you selected are the ones that you wish to support. If so, you will click the Confirm to cast your ballot, or you will click the Back to revise it. Once you go through this process, what's important to remember is once you have submitted your ballot, it cannot be changed under any circumstances. So please make sure that you take a few minutes to ensure that those that you have selected are the representatives in which you wish to support. The voting process reminders, complete these steps again for the ARIN Advisory Council and for the NRO Number Council. This next slide really just provides you with an overview of how the ballot looks. Each ballot addresses whether it's the Advisory Council, the Board of Trustees, or the NRO Number Council. Once you have cast your ballot, you will receive a vote confirmation email. It will provide you with the information of who you voted, if you have more than a vote weight of 1, what the number is, and you will want to retain this. You will receive multiple vote email confirmations for each election that you participate in. So that's going to be for the Advisory Council, the Board of Trustees, and the NRO-NC if you participate in all 3. You will also receive another email that just thanks you for taking the time to participate in the ARIN elections. And again, we'll have more information as it relates to your vote for your records should you have any questions. Some reminders for ARIN elections. Remember that the ARIN Elections 2019 Voter Guide is available in PDF form. It's a wonderful resource if you're looking to learn more about the candidates that are running for each of the positions that are open. Please take a few minutes to review that. New this year, this was the first year in several years we did not mail a hard copy of the voter guide. We are being conscientious of the environment, so please take a few minutes to check out the PDF that is available online. You can find it on the election headquarters webpage. If you're interested in reading and making statements of support, please take a couple of minutes, visit the ARIN Elections homepage. There you can read what other individuals have said regarding the support that they put behind the representatives they believe that are best to fill the positions that are open. And you also have an option to submit your statement of support for a particular candidate. You don't have to be an eligible voting contact. You can be a family member, friend, colleague, but please make sure you take a few minutes to view that information. And then most importantly, please make sure that you take time today, if you are the eligible voting contact, to log on to your ARIN online account, click the Vote Now link, and cast your ballot. You do have from today, 3 p.m. Central Time, till 6 p.m. Friday, November the 8th, to cast your online ballot. And polls will close sharply at 6 p.m. In conclusion, one last statement I wanted to point out. If you are an eligible voting contact, next week you can anticipate to receive a call from an ARIN representative who will be reaching out to not only thank you for your participation and support of the community, but kindly reminding you to cast your ballot if you haven't already done so. Thank you very much for your time. We look forward to your participation, and thank you for being a part of our community.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any questions for Wendy?
One.
Oh, no?
Over here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, over here, Louis.
Hi, Louis Lee, Google Fiber. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
If I happen to be the eligible voting contact and I attended NANOG, then my vote only counts once, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And if I am not the eligible voting contact, I can still vote separate from the eligible voting contact.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you.
Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you, Wendy.